Rolling.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to American Slacker Podcast with Matthew Gertz and Jesse Landers.
You'll see here the human male boasts the size of his testicles. I drive great when I'm blood. It's all about the sauce. Good, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Oh man, speaking of fucking, you want popcorn? I'll give you a popcorn kit. I'm just trying to go to Colorado and smoke some weed. Watch your fucking tots, huh? Those are my biscuits. Now, this is all alleged.
Welcome back, motherfuckers. It's American Slacker Podcast. As always, I'm Matt.
And I am Jesse.
Coming in hot today. Feeling good, man. Feeling good. We've been productive, recording a bunch of episodes ahead of time.
Yeah, we're getting some in the back stock for you slackers out there. We want to make sure that we have something for you every single week. So, Matt, you're going away for a bit, and that's the reason we're pre-producing, I'll say.
I'm dipping out. I'm out of here, man. I'm done.
Fucking hitting the road, blowing dodge.
Dude, on the road again. And yeah, I'm gonna go out to Vegas for a little bit, for a week, and then go to LA. So yeah, it'll be a fun time. I'll go hit the jackpot.
How long
Alexa's
have you...
listening.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Well, we don't need her on the internet right now.
Oh man, she needs to mind her own bit. Nosy, man. And so back to what I was saying before. I was rudely interrupted by Amazon.
How many days are you going to be staying in each place?
I think I'm staying in Vegas for like 5 days, and then LA for a little over a week.
Okay. Now that's a dangerous order to go in.
Dude,
first.
I'm gonna plant. I'm gonna hit the jackpot, and then I'm gonna go find fame. It's a perfect trip.
I'm having a throwback to our last regular episode where I was saying I lost all my money in the casino. Yay.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be careful. I'm not gonna gamble like a madman out there, but I will take in the sites and watch people ruin their lives on the tables.
That'll be a lot of fun. I know Vegas.
Well, not the demise of people's lives, but yeah, going to Vegas is really fun. We've been there together, and yeah, it's always a good time when you go there. If you know what to do, and if it's your scene.
You were telling me before you managed to get free rooms or nights at one of the casinos.
Yeah, it's easy. My girlfriend was like working her phone, and yeah, I didn't even have to do it. She had just like played the slot. It's easy to do. If you're going to go to Vegas, look it up online on YouTube. There's a ton of people that do it, and I don't know how long it'll go on for, but it's a little slot game, and you can auto roll it. So you just like basically let it run.
Okay.
And dude, 3 free nights at the win. It was mad easy.
That's surprising when like stuff that you do on an app actually turns into real life tangible prizes. And
yeah, well, it's probably because Vegas, there's like 100,000 hotel rooms, and as long as they have the openings, because it's selective. I'm sure you can't just like get it on the most popular day. Mm-hmm. I just probably happened to go in a day where it was accepted.
Still, a couple of nights off that actually saves you money. And it's like you were saying, if they're trying to fill the room, they might end up making more money from you being at their hotel for those 3 days free or whatever.
That's the theme of Vegas, baby. They just want you there. So they'll comp you. The $20 trick works in a lot of places. I'm going to try that there, even though, but I mean, yeah, they're all about just keeping you there happy so that you'll fucking give them your money in the machines or on the tables,
Yeah, that'll be a good time. Thing you're getting some of it on the comp. If we have another thing that goes along the lines of discounts that we wanted to tell the slackers out there.
Ooh.
We just started working with a CBD company called Hemp CBD, and it's a hemp-CBD, like a hyphen, like you would a last name. And they have a ton of products out there, and we got a discount code with them that we're wanting to give out.
Nice. Yeah, they got a ton of products, man. I think a lot of people are going to want a little bit of a discount because they're going to want to shop and hit all these products. So what is it?
It is Slacker, just like our one for Seat Giant. If you type that in, you'll get a 20% discount at hemp-cbd.com. They have tinctures, they have edibles, they have stuff for pets. They have kratom if that's something you're interested in looking into.
Oh man, everything and anything.
Yeah, seriously, there's tons of stuff there. It's all made within the U.S. It's all tested, no THC. We're going to be putting out at our little promos that we make and we run in between our segments. So I'm sure you'll be hearing more from them in the future.
Hell yeah, check them out.
And speaking of cannabis-related topics, we always like to start out our bizarre news with a little bit of weed news. And this time we are headed over to Maryland. Now, we're going to be looking at a specific court case in this cannabis court that I'm holding here. We got
okay.
And I'm not going to
say
it's
in session, people.
I'm not going to say it's not a kangaroo court.
Oh man.
But because it very well might be. But we're looking at this specific case in Maryland where a man was pulled over and he was pulled out of the car because the officer had smelled cannabis. He found in the car a freshly burnt joint and some rolling papers.
Okay.
Then ended up searching the driver himself, and he found a little bit of cocaine on him.
Uh-oh.
So his court case has gone up in front of multiple courts, for appeals throughout Maryland, because he's judging trying to get them to rejudge the case based on the fact that they shouldn't be able to search his person because they smell cannabis in the car. He's saying, him and his lawyer are both saying we live in a time of that was determined a lot of the cases by pre-decriminalization, but we live in a post-decriminalization era now. And is it right for a cop to be able to search someone's person and not just their car, and if they pull them over for smelling weed in it?
That is a really tough, because it's decriminalized. So what's the matter if they do smell like marijuana? I understand maybe recent usage in driving, they want to have concern about that, but
well, another argument is if you were pulled over and they smelled alcohol in the car, that's not even a reason to be able to search the person themselves. Besides, they might be able to search the car, but they shouldn't be able to search the person themselves. So and that's true. And that's what the Maryland Court of Appeals has said. They said in a 7-0 Court of Appeals opinion, it differentiates the necessary level of probable cause that law enforcement must obtain to search a vehicle and what it needs to search a person. So they can still search a vehicle based on smelling cannabis in the car in Maryland, but they cannot search a person unless they find evidence of a crime that necessitates them searching the person themselves. Like I said, this is a slightly complicated legal case, but it sets a important precedent for other states who are now going to look at this and say, okay, now that we've decriminalized or it's legal, what are you allowed to search? Because if you have the smell of cannabis in the car in somewhere like California or Colorado or Washington or Oregon, you might be just driving back from a dispensary. Does that necessitate someone to be able to search a car? No. And then legally, it's none of the officer's business what you have. It's okay, I might have weed in here, I might not, because it's none of your business. It's legal. And it'd be interesting to find out what exactly the laws are for what necessitates being able to search a car. I don't even know if, say there was a gun, you told them, hey, I have a gun in the car, it's unloaded, and it's registered to me. Does that necessitate them to be able to search it? If there's weed sitting on the passenger seat, does that necessitate them to be able to search it? Well, it all depends on which state you're in, it seems. Now Maryland is made this precedential ruling, not president, but precedent, which a lot of other states are going to look at. And I think that's why it was important to bring it up. I know it's slightly complicated, more so than the stuff we usually like to tackle in our cannabis corner here. But I feel like we're going to see this case being referred to a lot. Yeah,
I think you're right. It's the first of its kind in this new era.
Yeah. The lawyer himself is saying, we live in a post-decriminalization world. In a separate comment, judges wrote the court's latest opinion is reasonable and thoughtful. The fact that they're actually differentiating between searching a person and searching the car. But I think we are going to see it go a little bit further in the future.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Especially decriminalized areas. So if you want to read a little bit more into this, like I said, I know it's complicated. This article was posted in the Baltimore Sun. We're going to be posting it up on our Facebook page on Thursday for everyone to check out.
Nice. Definitely check it out. Well, our next story is dealing with firearms, just like we were talking about. And man, it's a reason to just, maybe you should take a course, even if they're not mandated, which they should be. Take a safety course if you're going to have a firearm, and don't end up like the dumbass in this story right here. Okay. We're going to Indiana, where a man was apparently he had an unlicensed firearm. He had a handgun, and he had it tucked in his waistband of his sweatpants. And it was slipping as he was walking. Not even holstered or anything. And apparently he went to grab it to reposition as it was like slipping down, and he shot his dick.
Oh,
yeah. This guy shot his dick. And it was a 9mm, so I can only imagine what's left of that thing. Probably not much. I mean, it's probably splattered all over the floor of wherever he was, dude. And so on top of it, like shooting his dick off, it's an unlicensed firearm. So that's a big deal. That's a felony. And so he had to go to the hospital, obviously, and they immediately report gunshot wounds. So he had to explain to the officers what happened, this whole scenario. They arrest his ass. He's charged with carrying an unlicensed handgun, and he pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor count of it. And so he got that, and he got 60 days in the county jail, right?
Okay.
Now this dude, just to show you how much of a numbnuts he is, gets out of jail. And a few weeks after shooting himself, he gets caught dealing meth.
Oh shit!
And now he's on a felony, and he's gonna be gone for a long time.
Old no dicks dealing the meth, huh? Now,
I wonder if it was like a pain thing. Maybe it was like, dude, I got no nuts and it hurts so bad, and he's just like, that's his pain. That's the only thing. I don't know, dude. I just don't understand.
Never done it, so I can't say how well it works in terms of
I don't know.
Pain of blowing your dick off, which I've also never done.
I just want to imagine a vivid story for this guy after he shot his dick off. I mean, I want to imagine, he was just a normal guy, shot his dick off, and then all of a sudden he went down a Breaking Bad scenario.
Well, like you said, I think gun safety, we keep coming back to it.
Dude.
Gun safety is a big theme of our show.
Yeah, like, I mean,
because a lot of the articles that we talk about.
Yeah. Dude, I think it's one thing everybody can agree on: safety with firearms, at least. Come on.
I mean, isn't that literally why they call that button the safety?
Yeah.
So that you can not blow your dick off.
And first rule of that is don't trust the safety.
Oh, true.
So, yeah, I mean, but we're not a firearms specialty podcast. And this is just our lesson of the week. Not yet. Not yet.
Us, Matt. We can do it.
Down the road, the plans are deep.
That'll be a fun Patreon bonus episode to bring you to the range.
Oh, all dude, right. Hell yeah.
We're continuing with the crime in our next story. When a Virginia man robbed a 7-Eleven wearing a baby's t-shirt over his head, which he poked eye holes in. And Matt, I told you not to look at this article because I wanted to get your sincere reaction when you clicked on it and actually saw this, man. So give it a click, and I don't know if you can share it with our YouTube video audience as well.
Yeah, I think I can. All right, so I'm gonna put it over there so the guys can see it. Now I'm on this is the document. You guys get to see behind the scenes right now. All right, I'm on the doc now.
The man went into a 7-Eleven in Chesapeake, Virginia, and he went in wearing a t-shirt over his head. He had cut 2 eye holes so that he could see. It was a short sleeve shirt, so he had the little it almost looked like ears coming off the side.
Dude, it's like
the tiny little
intimidating
arms.
But cute at the same time.
Yeah, it's scary, but then when you look at where the neck hole is, you can see just the top of his bald ass head sticking out through it.
Dude. Oh, yeah, big fuck up there because now they know you got a chrome dome.
Yeah, right? It's like we know.
And a cone head at that. He looks like a cone head. This could be a cone head.
Popping through.
Alien, dude. Straight up Alien. That movie was telling the truth.
He was armed with a knife and a yellow drawstring bag he had strapped over his chest. It was unclear how much money he managed to steal from the store, but authorities are still trying to locate him. So if you see any crazy motherfucker running around looking like a doofus with a baby's t-shirt on his head, give the Chesapeake, Virginia police a call.
Oh my God.
They're still looking for him. He's on the loose. It worked. I guess we can't fault it because he managed to get away. Now, what do you think are the stats on 7-Elevens getting robbed? Is it like it guaranteed
all the time?
Like 100% if you own a 7-Eleven, it's going to get robbed. Like
I'm not saying no, it's past that. I'm saying 100% if you work at a 7-Eleven, you're going to get robbed.
Like no matter what.
Yeah, if you've ever like worked at a 7-Eleven, I bet you sometime in your career there, employment there.
Part of the trading video.
You're going to see some dude come through the fucking front door with a plastic bag, maybe if you're lucky, a baby t-shirt.
And maybe it might not even be you. Because, I mean, I guess a robbery is different than a fight, but you're probably going to see more fights than robberies.
That too, yeah. 7-Eleven, man, that's the place. It's never a dull moment in 7-Eleven.
It's probably at the point where, you know, when they play the training video for the new recruits, it's like, all right, and at a certain point in time, you are going to be robbed. Like,
and this first half of the podcast has been brought to you by 7-Eleven. Your place to go all time of the night.
Start hucking some of those hot taquitos at his face.
Dude, taquito to the eyes, no joke, especially if it's hot.
You get that hot cheese, but that takes a little prep time. You got to wait for it to come out.
Yeah. Fucking stay still. Not now, not yet. No, yeah.
So if anyone knows the babyface robber out there who took down this 7-Eleven, please contact the Chesapeake, Virginia police.
Yes, help them out. This is crime of the century.
I think there's $1,000 reward as well.
Damn, that's pretty good for nabbing a fucking dude who's in a baby t-shirt.
Yeah, you make sure you get that money before you give them the tip, though.
Dude, Jesus.
They're gonna scam you.
Oh, man. Well, we're just going to keep up with the ridiculousness on this show. And this next story, you know, it's got a couple of features to it that I like. You know, you got the torment of children as they grow up here.
You like that?
Dude, you got a ruckus on a plane. No, I'm a little like, dude, I'm like hoping nothing like this story happens on my plane
your
ride
flight?
coming up. Yeah, dude. Because I'm like, I've never had anything crazy like this, but it's only a matter of time.
You're going to need a lot of the CBD.
Common.
This is what's going on.
I'll be just guzzling tinctures on the plane.
Fucking biting the nipple off and just chugging that shit.
Dude, hell yeah. And yeah, so we're going to Oklahoma City where a plane landed and a man was arrested after he allegedly caused a disturbance on the plane. And he was screaming at children, "We gonna die. We're gonna die."
Oh my God.
Yeah. And this is an older dude, and he doesn't even look that crazy, but I guess he was a little drunk, apparently.
Everyone gets crazy when they're drunk, Matt.
Dude, I don't know if I've ever gotten to that level of drunkenness where I'm screaming at children saying, "We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die." Like, I don't think I've gotten to that level.
I punched a CD rack. I don't know. That might be the worst.
I don't know, man. I just don't think I got to that level yet. It's something still to achieve and put on the bucket list, I guess. You know. Now, he's getting in some pretty deep shit for this, and arrested for drunkenness, disorderly conduct, and believe it or not, the act of terrorism.
What?
Dude, they're hitting him with terrorism, dude.
Really? Holy shit.
Dude, CIA is taking this dude away, and they're gonna waterboard the fuck out of him.
Oh my God.
Dude. What do you say to little kids? Not that they're gonna die.
I was almost gonna say it's worth it until you get put in a black site. That's not fucking. They're not fucking around with you.
Dude, I mean, this dude's not gonna be able to fly again. Probably watch.
I get it. Flying is stressful. Children are annoying. Like every so often, you just want to like smack one on the head in front of you. It totally makes sense.
Yeah,
but
I've seen you I've seen you at that level. But this is when they were landing, so it was almost over. Like, so it's like, dude, it was almost over. You're almost out of the plane. Like, you know, maybe he got too excited.
You think he was just fucking with him like real hard? Like he was just trying to troll, and like he's like, "Hey, you ever land in a plane? You haven't landed this hard. We all gonna die."
You notice how we're going too fast? We're gonna crash.
Screaming. Well, that's really dangerous too. You can start to panic, then kids are like fucking freaking out trying to pull on the exit. Like,
oh my God, dude. Oh, dude. Yeah, true. You never know.
Honestly, we need to get to the point where like once everyone's in the plane, they just like press a button and it like puts everyone to sleep.
Oh my God.
The entire fucking ride. Just like wake you up when you land. All right, we're good.
short-term hibernation for flights. I'm down with that.
It's the only way socially that we can continue this fucking catastrophe we call air travel.
Oh, dude, it's a nightmare. Yeah, we need to make it better. And I think that's the way. And then you find out, like, through hidden cameras that flight crew is running around teabagging all the sleeping people.
Oh, God, there's always one.
That's me! Wait, what's it doing to my forehead?
That's what my hair was? No!
Get your beans off my forehead!
Oh, that's terrible. Well, we'll continue by heading down to Florida. You know, Matt,
Woo!
I always like to say, Florida's like America's dead batteries. We just gotta toss that out and get a new one.
Okay.
New one. Replace that shit.
Florida is the dead battery that just is not adding anything to the party. It's just draining.
You just keep trying it, and it just doesn't work.
I like that. Okay. All right.
So, our Florida man's story this time around involves RC cars and some gunfire. In Daytona,
Don't they always go together so well? I mean, geez.
Well, if you're playing Grand Theft Auto, maybe. But in real life, you don't expect the nerds to be packing heat. But in Daytona Beach, they are. Because a gunman pulled up at about 9 a.m. on a Tuesday to Ridgewood Avenue. And he blocked in a bunch of people that he knew with his car. He jumped out, began yelling at the people who were there about fixing the remote-controlled cars that he had promised. So he pulls up all enraged, being like, "Yo, man, you're supposed to fix that shit 2 weeks ago." He's like, I'll do it. He's like, "No, you said that 2 weeks ago. How am I supposed to be at my RC car rally?" I'm just imagining,
like, outside of, like, Wizards Corners, fucking tabletop gaming in RC cars. Like, and just, like, a bunch of nerds, but they're packing heat. It's gangster nerds, dude.
It's hard. RC car life in Florida is hard, man.
Dude, hard life, yeah, dude. Fucking always trying to outdo each other with rims and turbos, and dude, it's crazy.
Right? So the argument continued and accelerated to the point where the man who pulled out a gun and shot the passenger's window, or the passenger window of the man he was yelling at.
His RC car window?
No, his like actual car window.
Oh damn!
Everybody is like, "Bah!" Like shoots his fucking RC car. Like, "Oh, fuck around!"
Wait, this breached the real world. What the fuck, man?
So police said that he yelled, "Don't think I won't off you," before he fired around in the passenger side window. A woman who was inside of the car tried to get out at that point, and the man was still yelling, "Don't think I won't off one of these expletives." So I'm gonna assume that he said pineapples.
Nice.
"Don't think I won't off one of these pineapples."
Oh man.
There were no injuries. One man suffered. Well, sorry, there were small injuries. One man suffered shards of glass cuts from them. But besides that, they're looking for the man. Sloss is wanted for the charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon over toys.
Oh man.
All my crime stories, people got away. I'm feeling a little unsafe.
Dude, all these maniacs out there just fucking doing dirty deeds and fucking vanishing into the shadows.
It's all right. I'm not into anything illicit like remote control cars.
No, dude. We left the life of crime behind us a long time ago.
With RC boats.
Oh man. Well, hey. Let's keep this Florida party up, all right? Because we're staying in Florida, and we're finishing this fucking news segment out with another Florida story. Where we're going to Daytona Beach, where police have arrested a man with 2 first names. And you can guess which ones they are. Or you can find the article. I don't know. We're going to make it fun. It's an interactive story.
Pete Bob.
Pete Bob. So Pete Bob was apparently arrested. And how this all came about was there was a couple of young people celebrating an 18th birthday party in a car, which is kind of sketchy. So they were outside of an apartment complex.
Scratching lotto tickets?
Yeah, dude. Scratching lotto tickets, and they were scratching so loud. Dude, they were keeping people up by scratching. And you know how you can hear that scratching. It's like, what is that noise?
Like, these kids are smoking cigarettes and doing scratch-offs in the parking lot.
Fucking punks.
One of them just scratch-offs.
Oh, man. And so yeah, they're apparently bumping some music, you know, I don't know, living a little bit. I'm imagining they're probably smoking some doobies. I mean, what else are you doing in the car? And yeah, so apparently two people came out and they were like, hey, can you turn it down? And they didn't really turn it down. And then that's when Pete Bob came out of his apartment and he said, hey, motherfuckers, turn that shit down. And he wasn't playing games. Apparently he was really verbally combative with him right away. Like he wasn't even like nice to start with. He was just like,
He came
pounding him like, turn that shit down. I'm trying to sleep.
Pete Bob's a meteorite. He just comes in fucking on fire.
Dude, he just burns away with the atmosphere. He comes in so hot, dude. And so yeah, dude, they began to argue back with Pete Bob. And that's when the 60-year-old man pulled out a can of roach spray from no man's land and just proceeded to douse them with it.
This is just something he puts in his fucking utility belt.
Dude, he's just carrying it. And dude, that's not where it ends, dude. Wait, there's more. He then pulled out nunchucks and attempted to attack the people as they retreated into the car. And that's when he went to whack the car. Get ready for this. He went to nunchuck the car. I'm imagining an overhand swipe with the nunchuck, so he's just very unskilled and unfamiliar with the weapon.
Bring it straight down.
Straight down onto the roof of the car, which is conveniently about, you know, let's say eye level, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's when the nunchuck bounces back and splits Mr. Pete Bob's dome.
Oh, shit.
Dude, he's got an egg in his mugshot. I'm not going to put him on blast, but he's got an egg in his mugshot that's just like, dude, he looks like Sloth from the Goonies.
Oh,
like,
man.
he's just, dude, there's nothing symmetrical anymore about this dude. His one eye is smaller somehow. He nunchucked himself to have a smaller eye.
Concussed himself a little bit, even a minor one.
Dude, he looks concussed at least in this photo. And the nunchucks look like some serious shit. Like, I've never seen some shit like this.
He didn't have the power of anime on his side. That was the problem.
Dude.
You can't just whip out
Naruto.
nunchucks.
Dude, no Naruto there, man. Dude, he just fucking blasted himself. And so, yeah, this is where it gets cool because everybody calls the cops after that. The people in the car and him. He called the cops. I don't know what he said. You know, he made me blast myself in the forehead.
Is that like competing pizza companies? Like they both get there and it's like, we're with him.
No. The rule is whoever calls the cops first is innocent.
They win?
And they win. So they were like, fuck. It's like a radio, like when you're trying to call in on the radio and win tickets. And there was beep, beep, fuck.
You've just won a night not going to jail.
Yes. You're going to jail, bitch. You're going to jail.
Send all you fuckers to jail.
So the police show up. They find this dude all fucked up, and like I can only imagine they were probably like, "Oh, he's the victim at first," and then they're like, "Oh no, he's the dumbass." And so they search his house. They find the one nunchuck. I don't know what that means. Like we split them. Is that what happens?
That's one nunchuck would just be a singular, like. I almost want to say pair, but like the conjoined, it's one that you would hold in one hand.
Nunchuck. Okay, we'll let that fly. Okay, so he had one nunchuck. I would say a pair of nunchuck. I don't know.
No, because
one nunchuck.
Pair would be one for each hand.
One for each hand.
Which would
Yeah,
be
dual wielding.
4 chuck parts total.
Okay. All right.
Four chucks. 2 pair of nunchuck.
So he had the 2 pair of chuck and 1 can of pepper spray. 1 can of empty can of roach spray.
Oh,
a silver box
out, but he didn't want to like throw it away yet.
He was saving that for a rainy day. A silver box containing a loaded semi-automatic handgun magazine.
Ooh.
Which, I mean, I'm not going to argue that, but I'm pretty sure every magazine is semi-automatic. Projectiles inside of a sock. Projectiles inside of a sock. I don't know what that is. That's the most curious thing out of everything. Like, what could projectiles be? Fireworks in a sock, and maybe he lights the sock on fire and starts swinging. I don't know.
Projectiles
I don't know.
So maybe like ball bearings in a sock? Because that'd be that'd be a weapon right there.
A dirty white trash mace. I don't know. Like, what do you call that thing? That's a fucking.
What are those?
It's like the soap in the sock thing.
Like
the military does.
Leather that cops used to have.
Flapjack or some shit like that. Yeah. Slapjack. Yeah.
Weird fucking name.
It's got a weird name. Yeah.
Like the 30s.
So yeah, this dude was just waiting for the day that he was gonna need his arsenal of fucking bizarro weapons to whoop that ass, and he didn't know. He didn't know at the time. The ass he was gonna whoop was his own.
Yeah. So that's the peculiar thing about life is sometimes you kick your own ass, right?
Dude, isn't that the truth, dude? Isn't that the truth? You're your own worst enemy when it comes down to it.
Oh, man. So we'll get into something funny now. We got a funny clip for everyone here to laugh off any eggs they might have caused on their forehead from spinning.
Oh, God.
Their
Yeah,
face.
hopefully nobody's out there like this dude. God.
I'm gonna make a prediction. You're gonna run into someone in Vegas with nunchucks.
I hope for them and me that I don't, because I mean, most people that go out wielding them, I feel like don't know how to use them.
Remember this though.
I can do some fucking moves with some nunchucks. I'm just gonna spout that right now. I will brag on this show about the nunchuck skills that I have possessed
Don't
over the
touch them.
years.
You're gonna get whopped right in the head.
Dude, I'm gonna be the one whopping in the head. Oh, dude, you don't even know, man.
You're gonna end up like Mr.
I've been watching Karate Kid, bro. Cobra Kai. All right, I'm part ninja now. All right.
It's true.
All right, let's move along. All right, now I'm gonna pull it up. If you guys were watching that YouTube, you get to see it too. But you're probably listening, aren't you? You're being a little bitch and you're listening to the audio. You're not checking out the highly produced video that we worked so hard on. But it's cool.
Please go subscribe to our YouTube. We're doing a lot more work on it. We're putting up videos from like our video games and stuff like that, and all of the live shows as well.
Hell yeah. Now, that sound you're hearing is not somebody jerking off. It's the beginning of this lovely song. And all I'm going to say is this poor fucking cat, dude. This poor fucking cat. And TikTok has gone too far, too. I mean, there's many things going on here.
It's like a multi-framed music video with a cat.
6 frames. They're
All
literally
like a second
milliseconds.
off of each other.
Yeah, they're right off of each other, but it fits so good with the song.
It's almost like synchronized swimming with a cat.
It is, dude. It kind of is like that old school classic synchronized swimming. The circles and dude. My God, dude. And
This
that
one
poor
had me
cat.
cracking up. We were looking for a funny clip. That I stumbled across this and I got me laughing. Hopefully
Yeah.
I don't do the same for you guys. We're gonna
Yeah.
posted this up on our Facebook page on Friday so that you can check it out. Make sure you go over there and do that. Hey, it'll also be on our Twitter. I've recently been making sure it goes out there as well. So there's plenty of places to catch it. As long as you're
Nice. Yeah, check it out. Definitely check it out. It's a cute little clip and it'll have you giggling. Now we're about to do some music, but before we do that, here's a word from our sponsor. You know, if there's one thing we enjoy here at American Slacker, it's going to live events. Wouldn't you say, Jess?
Yeah, from you going to festivals, I like to go and see comedy. There's tons of stuff to choose from.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Who doesn't like a nice night out? And, you know, who doesn't like to save a couple bucks on a night out? I mean, it's expensive to go out these days. Wouldn't it be nice if you could save a couple bucks, Jess?
I'm a cheap bastard and you know it.
Me too. Me too, man. What if I told you you could save a small percentage on your tickets by just entering a code?
What code would that be?
Man, all you got to do, go to seatgiant.com, enter the code SLACKER at checkout, and you're going to save quite a few bucks, actually. Not a small discount. It's a good amount. It's a decent amount.
So you're telling me I could go to my pickle hating fest for a small fraction of the cost of what it would normally be?
Dude, I'm telling you, you're probably going to get a drink on us if you enter the code SLACKER at checkout at seatgiant.com.
Drink not guaranteed.
What's up, all you guys out there in podcast land? This is Chris,
This is Jason.
And I'm the Duchess.
and we're the hashtag No Offense Show, bringing you your weekly dose of crazy Florida headlines.
Well, that's not all we talk about. I mean, we talk about stuff like,
Yeah, don't forget about me sucking dicks.
Jesus.
that's true, I guess.
Some of them dick pics.
Let's just check out this clip from a recent episode.
Bitch.
You know, they don't really have any problems at all.
Fuck yeah, why would you?
Yeah.
Everybody's getting their balls drained and they're not
Right.
getting in trouble.
Oh, exactly.
And the girls are getting paid, they're happy.
And nobody's suing anybody for whipping their dick out.
She's got fucking health care for sucking dick, dude. I mean, like, do you know how many bitches in America would suck dick for health care?
I would suck dick for healthcare.
You've got it by being married.
For free healthcare. Yeah, but if we can get healthcare for free, you will let me suck dick?
I pay
I eat sandwiches
$550 a month for healthcare. Is $550 a month worth it to you to suck a gang of dicks for free healthcare?
How many are a gang? And will they be
Yeah,
providing?
what is a gang of dicks?
Will they be providing sandwiches
lot.
afterwards? Because if they have sandwiches, then I am in.
I'll pay the $5.50 and take you to Firehouse, okay? So if you like what you heard, head on over to htnos.com.
And you can subscribe on any of your podcast platforms.
And don't forget to follow us on all the socials, HTNOS everywhere.
And we are back. And yeah, we're going to jam out a little bit, people. So, put the music up a little bit louder and get ready to hear some shit that you're going to
Loosen
love.
up that neck so you can get that head
Ooh.
bopping.
Bust those moves. Come on. Do the slacker. Do the
Right at
slacker.
Roxbury.
Dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Now, let's get serious here. I'm going to start it out. I got a band that is right now my favorite act and relatively new. The Bad Dreamers. It's a synthwave act, and it's a guy that has a huge career in music and a deep love for synthwave. His name is David Schuler, and he's actually a Grammy Award nominated multi-platinum worldwide selling record producer, songwriter, film composer, and filmmaker from Rochester, New York. So
Damn.
close to us too. And now he's based out of New York City and LA. And dude, he's worked with Pink, John Legend, Daughtry, the Backstreet Boys, and a ton of other acts too,
Damn.
which is really cool. And he started the Bad Dreamers in 2016, the end of 2016. He had a couple other runs with music. He was in the Sunstreak, which is a pop punk rock band. They were
Okay.
pretty popular, and they made history by selling like 25,000 copies independent, which was like unheard of, and making Billboard, which is pretty
That's
cool without a
insane,
record
dude.
label behind them. So that was pretty cool, and their music's really good. But we're here to talk about the Bad Dreamers, and man, so he started this project, and I just love the vocals that he's cranking out with this, and the composition of the songs really fun, and it's different than a lot of other synthwave. Like I instantly found it, and when you're searching like synthwave, you don't know if it's just going to be some dude who's like, on a Mac like me, just like cranking out tunes, or if it's going to be like a real like crazy artist, And man, it was cool to really learn that like this guy was like, oh no, he's like a big deal. He has a
I was
lot
gonna
of
say,
fucking.
it sounds like he's kind of all over the map in terms of the stuff that he's worked on.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, he's talking about film. He just in 2017 produced, wrote, and directed a short film on his own called The Offer, and he composed the original score. And
Wow.
yeah, it won the award for best short film in the LA horror competition, which was cool.
Huh, that's
And
crazy.
now he's working on a full feature length film right now, which is cool.
He fucking does everything. It sounds like.
Dude, does everything. And so I found him randomly. I was like going through synthwave fucking night, just like listening to a lot of shit, and I was like, oh my god, instantly like loved like what I was hearing. So I started diving into it, and I just liked everything he was like playing. So instead of talking, let's get into a little bit of the music. Let me play down one of the songs that I wanted to show you guys. And this first one is the first song that I heard from him. This song is called Who You Run To, and this is by the Bad Dreamers. All right, so that was Who You Run To, and that is both a single that came out in 2017, but it's on his newest album as well, which is called Songs About People, Including Myself. And it's first like full-length album, and it's like a bunch of cool songs. A lot of them are different. I love, the incorporation of the 80s beat, but I feel like he took his vocals and did something modern mixed with like retro, and a lot of guys just try to replicate like a lot of 80s bands that just had a unique voice or a unique sound with like effects and whatnot. And I really like what he's like really just piping it out there, but the melodies are matching to like the song and everything, you know. And I love everything about it. I really love the modern mix with the retro in general.
Oh, definitely.
You know?
And I mean, we were talking during listening to that, and it sounds like you said it was made like 2 years ago, but only released this year. It sounds like what a lot of the people that are releasing stuff this year are going for. And I'm surprised to see, well, I guess it's not surprising because of the talent that this guy has, but he was like setting the standard almost 2 years ago for something for a sound that's becoming bigger now.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, synthwave is just going to get bigger and bigger. I feel like, you know, a lot of people haven't found it yet, but especially people in our age group love this shit. Like as soon as they hear it, you know, like, and
it has it's weird. Like you said, it has a sort of nostalgia, but at the same time feels very new.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you know, a lot of his shit is like that too. He does have some songs that like feel like they could have just been like right out of the 80s, but a lot of it's like you just feel like it's a perfect mixture of modern and retro.
And he has a great voice.
Dude, I love his voice.
Fantastic.
It's great. Yeah. And the next song, it's another poppy, like really, really good song that just like it gets you, you know, bobbing your head right away. This one is with Time Cop 1983, a fucking legend in the synthwave community. He does songs with everybody, The Midnight, you know, FM84, everybody. And just this song is fucking like my favorite. And this is called Back to You by Time Copy 1983 and the Bad Dreamers. All right, so that was Back to You, and man, they killed that song. I fucking love that one, and they fucking are killing synthwave right now, and I really want to see more and more of the Bad Dreamers right now. I hate when it's like only an album is out, you know. I know it's a greedy listener thing, but like I want more. And
that's your place as a fan,
dude. Exactly right. You know? Somebody's got to demand, right?
Yep.
And you know, I love this guy. And he tours with FM84, and he actually, if you look on YouTube, he got to do a little bit of FM84's vocal work because Ollie Ride was sick for a part of their tour. So that's
really?
Cool. You
just filled in.
He gets this, you'll see him sing like the songs that Ollie Ride normally sings, like for FM84. And dude, talk about fucking talented dudes. Ollie Ride is like one of the best singers ever. He's really fucking good, and he did a pretty good job of covering his songs, I've got to say.
Nice.
He did have to pull the lyrics up on his phone, but he did a really good job. And definitely check him out. He's got a few songs out. I mean, he's got like 12, probably 14, something like that overall. Okay. And everything instrumental. That's something in the synthwave community. There's a lot of there's half don't want to hear words. They want to hear just the instrumental. So like every synthwave artist releases instrumentals. Like they always release the same album, instrumental version.
Now, how much do you think of that as influence from the EDM culture and like that sort of?
I feel like it's a bit of it. But I feel like a lot of it's like you know, people that grew up on like the Kavinsky and the origins of it too. You know, where it wasn't really about word, and if it was word, it was sound clip, you know, or sound bite from something, you know, or a quick saying that might fit the theme of the song's feeling, you know. But I'm sure a part of it is. I mean, in today's age, EDM is fucking huge.
At least from the fan base, yeah. Maybe not from the artist himself.
I didn't play it, but they do have a song that is very like it almost feels like if EDM was in the 80s, like, which is really fucking cool. It has a drop in it, and that's really really fucking cool. That song, drawing a blank right now. Hold on one second. Yeah, it's crazy. It's got a deep, and everything with him, heartfelt lyrics, which is what I really like too. So
That's what I noticed about that last song is it was very deep in terms of what they were saying.
Hold on. All right. So I never do this. I'm going to get a triple song. I'm going to do the first thing. I'm going to break the laws of Slacker. Slacker rules are being broken right now just for a sec. Hold on. You ready for this? I'm just going to hit you with the break. That's all I'm going to do, right? I'm going to do it gentle. Calm down, Jesse. Jesse's flipping out right now. This is behind us.
The first rule of Slacker rules is the rules are meant to be broken.
So, this never really happens in synthwave. There's a break right here where it completely changes.
But he couldn't see the gun she hid beneath her garter. As she pulled it out, she said, "You should have hit me harder."
So, I think what you're saying is somewhat true for quite a bit of these guys, because I mean, I've never really seen that where it's an evident drop. I mean, it's nothing like any other synthwave. So you could be right. You could be onto something there, man. The incorporation of synthwave with EDM, man, I like it.
It's a similar culture. It does seem like they feed off the same audience almost.
Yeah, no. So definitely check out the Bad Dreamers if you liked any of those sounds. If you're lucky enough, you might be able to catch him on tour. I think he's going to be in Brooklyn October 11th. He's going to be in Toronto the 12th, Chicago the 13th, and Dallas the 14th with FM 84 headlining it. So it's pretty cool. You'll get to see two great synthwave acts, and I bet you're going to see a lot from the Bad Dreamers in the future.
Looking forward to it.
Hell yeah.
Now it's time for my suggestion. We are this is an instrumental band also, so we're kind of still staying in that same vein in terms of, the theme. The band I did is And So I Watch You From Afar. They are out of Northern Ireland. They come from Belfast. They're composed of guitarist Rory Friars, Niall Kennedy, bassist John Adger, and drummer Chris Wee. And they also had another early part of the band, and his name was Tony Wright. And he now performs under the pseudonym Verse Chorus Verse, and was later replaced by Niall Kennedy in 2011. They started producing or coming out with music back in 2009. They released their first EP in April of 2009. So they've been around for a decade now, and they've gained some popularity. I found them on Spotify. They're definitely a new addition to bands that I listen to, but I found myself going back to a couple of their songs specifically just because there's such hype up songs in a lot of the cases, because they have a kind of prog rock sound to them, which I really appreciate with my enjoyment of bands like Coheed and Cambria.
Hell yeah.
Ones along those lines. So the first song I chose from them, it was the one that kind of caught my ear. That song is titled Big Thinks Do Remarkable. So that was Big Thinks Do Remarkable by And So I Watch You From Afar. Fucking hard. Like they amped it up. Like it starts off a little bit softer. I mean, it's still, like you said during listening to that, it's like math rocky in a way.
Dude, yeah. It slaps, dude. It slaps.
It does slap. And that's why I've been enjoying them so much. It's like you can't listen to that song and come out of it like not in a good mood. Just
No, dude, I'm feeling it.
Unless like rock pisses you off and you're like some nun hidden away somewhere.
Stop being a bitch.
Hating on them. But
haters, man.
They've been putting out music ever since 2009. Their most recent album came out in 2017, and it has some really good tracks on it. One that I'm not going to play is that the one I chose? I forget which one I chose. Yeah, actually, the one I am going to play is called Endless Shimmering, which is off of their most recent album. Their sounds only progress. You know, they've added songs where they do more of those lyrics and stuff, but they're truly, I would say, an instrumental band. Instrumental, prog rock, math rock, whatever you want to call them. I'm really fucking digging it. And I'm hoping they're going to put something out soon. I don't see any EPs released since 2017 on their Spotify, but we can hold out hope. And I guess until we do, we have songs like this next one I'm going to be playing that I mentioned a few seconds ago called The Endless Shimmering. So that was The Endless Shimmering by And So I Watch You From Afar. And that one is a lot more chill. It's got more of a lo-fi kind of vibe to it than the first song that I had played.
Yeah, and like you were saying, I think it definitely has like a Minus the Bear feel, like that nice fucking California lean out, like chill music.
Yeah, and I'm surprised, even like with both of those songs I played, they both have sort of a West Coast kind of sound to them in a way, even though the band's coming from like the other side of the globe in Ireland.
You know, and I wonder if they have an inspiration from a lot of like American music or whatnot, you know? I mean, it could be. Yeah.
That could be an influence of it. If you do want to see them, like I said, they're over in Ireland, so they're touring throughout the summer and October, but it's mostly in Europe. If you're in Kristiansand, Norway, or London, or Paris, or Belgium, or Amsterdam, or Berlin, Germany, they're going to be there. All throughout October, it looks like they are touring throughout Europe. So if we have any European listeners who happen to be in the area and want to go check them out, I think they would be a really cool band to see like actually live.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I bet, dude. The energy from that live. Right? Hell yeah.
And I would almost like you can enjoy instrumental music like when you're cruising in the car or like listening on your headphones while you're doing stuff or whatever. But I think seeing it live is probably the best way to actually do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the only kind of jam band I could deal with. It's like something like aggressive like that.
Mm-hmm. Keeping the energy up. So there's 2 music suggestions for you slackers to listen to. We got The Bad Dreamers and So I Watch You From Afar.
And we will be right back with a little game after this.
A Non-Mom Happy Hour is the podcast that celebrates real-ass human women, whether they use their baby box or not. Hosted by Kelly Nerdzilla Mendenhall and Debbie Jo Nelson, a Non-Mom Happy Hour is a safe space to talk about mental health, trauma, disordered eating, surviving, and self-care. We talk about it all while laughing as much as possible, because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Each week is a new episode, and every other week we interview badass women from around the US and the world. If you like to laugh, feel like you've never quite fit into most lady groups or podcasts because you're not a mom, or are a mom who needs a break from momming for an hour, you should come hang out with us. A Non-Mom Happy Hour, bringing healing through laughter and community. Streaming basically everywhere you could possibly want to find us. Remember, always be a real-ass human. To check out the podcast, visit visit anonmomhappyhour.com.
Yo.
Yo, so I don't know if you heard the thunder cracking, but yeah, I just lost power.
Oh, shit.
And I am back. We have lost Matt. There was a crack of thunder, a little bit of lightning, and we lost the connection. So he will not be with us for the Wheel of Weird for like the first time ever. I feel like it's weird. Like it's extra weird because it's just me. I feel like a crazy person. But as long as the audience, you guys are hanging along with me, we'll get through this. So you know what? Since it's so odd, instead of doing a wheel for the Wheel of Weird, I'm gonna roll some dice. Just because Matt usually handles the wheel end of things. So I got some die from a project we've been working on the side that I'm going to roll. Now, the way the die of weird will work, we will have a person, a place, and a thing, each represented by 2 numbers on the die. Depending on which one comes up, I'll tell you about them. For place, we have Mary Ellis's grave. For person, we have Alfred Packer. And for thing, we have octopus wrestling. I wish Matt was here. He would really be enjoying these weird, wiki unusual articles. Let's give the die a toss. 3. So I think that's place. So we're gonna head on over to Mary Ellis grave. This is a marked grave from 1828, located in the parking lot of a Lowe's movie theater in New Brunswick, New Jersey. It is one of several graves on a small plot, sometimes called the Lowe's Cemetery named after a movie theater. And it's, I guess, placed in a very odd spot within this. It's next to a flea market and a movie theater. She apparently was a spinster, the woman who was buried there, Mary Ellis. And according to oral tradition, she was seduced by a sea captain who vowed to return and marry her, but he never returned. And she would come to the spot where her grave now stands each day to look for the ship captain up the Raritan River in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Her story was suggested to be the inspiration for a 1972 pop song, Brandy, You're a Fine Girl, but the artist Elliot Lurie eventually came out and said, no, that's just an incredible coincidence. So we got a weird grave in a movie theater parking lot. I think it's fitting. You know, we're getting closer to Halloween. If anyone doesn't say September is not part of Halloween, get out of here. You're not part of the green team, that's for damn sure. Because we get in Halloween mode early. Well, if you're in New Jersey, send us a picture of the grave and then tell us what movie you saw. Matt usually does this wrap up part. I think it's something along the lines of thank you everyone for listening. It's been a pleasure. We invite you to come back next time. We love each and every one of you. If you want to follow Matt on any of the personals, he's at MWG Media on Instagram, and he's Matty G from HP on Xbox Live. And I am at Landers the Plane on everything. All right, and that's it. There you go.
We're smoking America. We passing America. I'm mapping America. I'm psyching America. We talking America. We blazing America. This is fucking America. We're psyching America.
This has been American Slacker Podcast. You can reach the show by searching American Slacker on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Reddit. Or send them an email to americanslackerpodcast@gmail.com. You can download and rate American Slacker on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and all other podcast platforms. Visit the show's website, aspodcast.com, where you will find every episode, official merchandise, and links to their Patreon if you would like to support American Slacker.
Give me a minute. Think about the second set of passing. Man, I gotta go and get it, grab it. Why you gotta go and act savage? Smoking weed, I gotta feed the habit. Now I'm on some other shit. Things that I gotta go get. Medical all on my slip. You falling like dominoes, bitch. Stuck in my ways, fucking high days, fucking sideways in the driveway.
We smoking America. We passing America. I'm mapping America. I'm psyching America. We talking America. We blazing America. This is fucking America. We're slacking America. We're slacking America.